So 1999, Tony Blair is the fresh-faced Prime Minister. Theresa May is about to get her first job in the shadow cabinet. Social media, what was that? They were mercifully, innocently free of all that. Brexit, not even a twinkle in a Eurosceptic's eye. So never mind now, this for a couple of hours is then. Climb back into the 20th century and watch David Beckham and Jaap Stam, who's still got a pin. Blomqvist. Scholes, so's he. Beckham. It's Beckham's delivery and butt away, and Gary Neville snatched at his moment.
Scholes, he's still got a ping, Baxter's still got a ping, and Gary Neville still struggles in front of goal. But no, brilliant from Manchester United. It's exactly what we used to see in the past. Pinpoint accuracy from the likes of Scholes and Beckham.
Again, Solskjaer, York. Out of the way by Martin de Michaelis. He was, of course, for a little while a Manchester City player as well. York, Beckham. He's got around Vitacek. It's Beckham. It's York. It's a wonderful save by Butt. It's York again, and it is in, of course. Of course it had to be in from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They've scripted this. What a brilliant substitution, Sir Alex.
Well, it was. You see this little position that Dwight York takes up. Beckham not really used to running past this fullback. Normally a quick touch and finish. A little miss kick there from Dwight York, but he's always aware. Blomqvist as well, showing that he knows what's around him, and it's the simplest of tap-ins for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And as you say, it was all in the script. Have his head on a swivel, really, looking around, knew the picture.
Say Roberto, Roy Mackay, if it's Onic or Jaap Stam, then that. Dutchman on Dutchman. Just outside the penalty area, and Tim Robinson has something which Olic. Tim Robinson has something which amounts to a decision to make here.
Well, back in the day, this was a good tackle. I think it still is a good tackle. He catches him. He's actually quite late. Oh, it's just his trailing knee that gets the ball.
So Roberto. Giovanni Albert, Ivica Olic. That's the block by Schmeichel.
Yeah, he got down well, didn't he? And quickly as well. I thought it might be one that he might just want to... Lots of injuries that day. Surprisingly, I wasn't one of them.
By Scholes, down by Beckham. Back by Gary Neville. Dug him out. Mateus away. Scholes crashing into Zé Roberto. Solskjaer. Gary Neville! Denied by plunging Hans York, but it's a very good save.
It was an excellent save. I think we were right behind it. I think the goalkeeper had his angles absolutely spot on. I'm not sure if it was sneaking inside the post, actually, which makes it...
Roberto. Effenberg. Foul by Jaap Stam this time. Oh. So Roberto, it's flipped off the top of the wall and behind for a corner at the Stretford end. Beckham. Scholes. Flags up against Gary Neville. It hit the shin of Gary Neville, who knew almost nothing about it, but who was standing in an offside position. And that is a somewhat apologetic flag.
Well, first of all, what a brilliant ball from Beckham. And then Gary Neville, he'd almost turned away and he was protecting himself, I think.
Michaelis slipped, and York can run away from Mateus. It's Dwight York. He's seen Beckham in the corner of his eye and was perhaps caught in the middle of that thought process. Home to Arsenal, they lost at Sheffield Wednesday. And then to Brian Robson's Middlesbrough. York and Butt! Denied by Butt. To beat Middlesbrough A Liverpool side who led through a Michael Owen goal for almost all the game. York 88, Solskjaer 90, turning that game round here in the fourth round. They had Chelsea on that cut run too. Roy Mackay is offside. And of course the Arsenal famous semi-final. Oh, and a tensioness between Demichelis and Scholes.
Yeah, you know what Scholes is like. He loves going in for a tackle as Manchester United make another substitution.
Effenberg. Zé Roberto. And the flag is up again, just to deny Paulo Sergio. So nifty little finish.
Yeah, that looked close, that one. Oh, it was as well.
Teddy Sheringham, Dwight York, Sheringham for Blomqvist, Blomqvist for York. Oh, what a finish! Roll back those years. Yorkie, you never stopped, did you?
Well, even the current crop of Manchester United players would be proud of that one. Teddy Sheringham does what he does best. He's exquisite to watch. He's just got the most perfect technique. And Dwight York just pulling off his man with his left foot. He sweeps it in. How he keeps that low is unbelievable. They normally go high and wide. He's kept over it, kept it down, and
Scholes, York, Scholes, Neville, Sheringham. Beckham's got time to measure one, and he does. And Sheringham draws from Hans-Jörg Barker. Good flying save.
yeah, again, it's a blast from the pass with David Beckham just moving inside. Gary Neville then on the overlap. Beckham gets wide again.
Albert, incidentally, was the big miss for Bayern in that final. He was injured for the big day. That's a good steal by Beckham. A step over from Sheringham. York wasn't quite on the same wavelength. And Mateus crept in between them. So Roberto. Oh, it's a super header, it's just wide, and wanted to let it land for Sahar. It didn't. And we reached the break, and that has been deflected. Free kick. He would make substitutions later that evening, which changed the world. He's made one or two now. You just saw that Karol Poborski, the Czech winger, the set piece comes to nothing, and Zé Roberto's on his way. Look at Olic darting beyond him. Zé Roberto has found Ivica Olic offside.
Wily old fox. Dennis Irwin there. He could have gone with the runner, tracked him across the pitch, but no. He stayed.
Poborski. He had a very good year or two for Manchester United. I'll tell you what happened to him. David Beckham happened to him. The English superstar eclipsed him. There's Irwin, and there's Scholes, and there is Martin Demichelis to execute an heroic goal line block. Now Gary Neville. Beckham.
Well, a Beckham trademark cross there. Not that it was in terms of going in behind, but the way he whips it. If you just look here, Sheringham plays a big part in this, taking all the men in front. And normally Scholes, he goes for power. This is a very rare occasion where he goes to place it, and actually he places it virtually perfectly. It was just the wrong decision. He had to go with a bit more power, which is something I never thought I'd accuse Scholesy of.
Beckham. Poborski. Louis Sahar.
Absolutely. I'm not sure I'd be getting on a plane and turning up Well, I've just had probably one of the worst nights of my footballing career, so full marks to them, and as you say, great words then from an absolute legend. I hope I'm still running around at 58 like he is.
Sahar and Sami Kufor into the Stretford end. The man who did give us, whether he wanted to or not, one of the televisual images of that night, Sami Kufor beating the turf in the Nou Camp in raw desperation at the end of it all. Neville, Scholes. He's not got a free kick for that, has he?
He has. There's definitely a little bit of retribution in the air. A lot of these games are very similar. As soon as someone puts a tackle in, word goes out saying, hang on a minute, lads.
Beckham with whip.
Ooh, was there a hand in there? Was there a hand in there? There's a little smile, which suggests I think there was. Oh, the arms come up. Oh, it's a certain penalty. Timed it to perfection as well.
Vitacek's playing volleyball. Ivica Olic, Jonsson's tackle. And after consultation with his assistant, the referee resisted the temptation to point at the spot.
Yeah, first impression was it was the right decision. I thought Ronnie Jonsson got the ball here.
Sylvestre. Poborski, nicely done. Louis Zaha. He's in the way again. Beckham. Aimed in at Sheringham. Away by Sami Kufor. Fluga. Michaelis. Beckham's won it for Neville. And Neville has set it for Sheringham. It's Gary Neville! Still no. Still no.
Oh, he gets a nosebleed in these situations, does Gary Neville. He had to pass the ball, but he saw glory at the Stretford end. Ball drops to him. Does well there, but now he's got to lift his head up. Back post to Borski, or pull it back to Sahar. It's a tight angle, and he goes for glory.
Number 24. He wouldn't have left 20 years ago. But it's a lovely thing that Gary can. Poborski and Sheringham. Looking to shape something canny off the outside of his right boot.
Oh, you could just see it brewing. David Beckham picked up the ball and he was desperate to play that ball right over the full-back's head. Lovely first touch from Poborski. He did everything right. I just thought Sheringham would sweep it in with his left foot. You can't really get much power just prodding away with your outside of your right foot there, but the only criticism was a lovely sweeping move from United.
Jonsson flicked it away from Butt behind him. Poborski away from Sternkopf. Wins a corner.
Well, Nicky Butt screaming there. It was his ball really, but Ronnie Jonsson just got a touch on it, took it away from him.
Beckham. Gary Neville. I knew what United supporters wanted him to do. Back in by Butt. And Drea dropped it. And it's gone out for a corner mercifully for him.
I think he was thinking of throwing it before he'd even caught it.
But Sahar and Nicky Butt found the bottom corner and loved his moment.
I just love that finish from Nicky Butt. It's good play again from Manchester United. Bringing it down onto this left-hand side. They've got a bit of width. He's a always willing runner, and then he plays a great ball in with a little bit of pace on it, but it's bobbling a bit. Wasn't easy again. You go for power, and normally that ends up in the Stretford end. He just guides it into that far corner. A little bit of spin, always going away from the goalkeeper. Yeah, and looking down the list of substitutes, everybody's been used, so he might have to play the 90 minutes unless somebody re-emerges.
Made for Poborski. Kufor is not letting him past.
It's a bit of a case of going round Kufor at the moment, but sufficiently close to the touchline to manage to just guide it out for a goal kick.
www.bt.com/treble-terms. Zaborski, Greening is onside here, and Louis Saha can bolt in United's fourth.
Yeah, very nice play again from Manchester United. That deep run caught them out from Jonathan Greening. The question mark was it offside or not? I thought not in real time. You can quite clearly see it's a good decision from the linesman. And Louis Saha, he runs past David May. I suppose he could go meet it early, take it with his right foot, but he does the absolute right thing. Lets it run across his body, opens up the angle and slots it home.
Greening, Saha, Jonathan Greening. Flicked up towards Nicky Butt. Now that would have iced the cake. Far too old to be doing things like that.
I didn't think he had that in him. Last time I watched him in a charity game, he snapped his Achilles tendon, so I mean, I'm more than impressed to see Butty getting around the pitch today, and certainly didn't expect him to be flying in the air doing that. Kept possession, he's got on the score sheet with an exquisite finish, so I'll give it Nicky Butt.
Now Beckham. Beckham could go all the way here. That's showbiz. He knows where the limelight is. Beckham, Stretford end.
Can I give the man of the match the backs?
Darling of his club, darling of his country. Forever young, David Peter Pan Beckham. 5.
Well, it's a cracking run from David Beckham. I did for one moment just think he was going to give it to his old mate Gary Neville on the far post, but no, Stratford Andy couldn't resist. And there goes the final whistle. On a perfect note, David Beckham whacking the ball into the roof of the net.
So an afternoon that began with a goal from super sub Solskjaer ends in the sweetest show business manner, courtesy of the sweet